Stop it!
What does it take to become a cop?
Oh my God. I think we better step back.
Off you go then, please.
Gwent Police's new recruits are letting the cameras follow their first months on the beat.
You are the people that will make the biggest difference.
Dogs, there you are!
Oh, it's mad.
They come from all walks of life.
I was working part-time in a supermarket.
I was working in a pharmacy.
I was a postman.
What? Bang!
But they have one thing in common.
I wanted to help people.
Well, we just want to make sure that you're safe.
With police forces busier than ever
This has got the potential to be worth like millions of pounds.
and public confidence at an all-time low,
Calm down.
it's never been tougher to be a cop.
It's hard when they tell you they don't like you, you're a police officer.
We're there to support you. We're only trying to make the streets a little bit safer.
After 6 months in the classroom, they're hitting the streets.
Vehicle stung.
Under the watchful eye of their tutors, they've got just 12 weeks to prove they have what it takes.
I don't think anything can prepare you to be a police officer.
Policing is one of the most challenging things I've ever done.
Oh, God.
These are the rookie cops. It's a big day for Sophie.
Excited. But actually really nervous.
After 3 months of working under the guidance of her tutor, she's been signed off as an independent officer.
First day out on my own, so I don't know what the day will bring. It's exciting like any other day, really. But I'll get the opportunity to make my own decisions on what's going to happen. I think it's good to have a little bit of nerves.
This is where it really sort of begins. This is where it starts.
After being tutored at Maindy Police Station, Sophie is now joining a new team at Newport Central.
Oh my God, what do I do? That's not working. Oh.
That first day was nerve-wracking because it's just that adjustment period of going into a new station.
And it's not long before Sophie has to get stuck into her new patch.
So Paddy's got 3 people he needs to get in for shoplifting. Yeah, pull him. One of them's female, so female officer is always handy to do the search.
Tackling shoplifting is a priority for the force and a crime Sophie will be dealing with regularly. Today, she'll be helping with the arrests and bringing the individuals in for questioning.
Right, guys, and I'm arresting all 3 of you on 2 counts of theft. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to pop out. We have 2 vans waiting, and each of you will be searched under Section 32 of the Police Criminal Evidence Act, okay? And then we'll be transported.
These suspects are well known to police and have a history of similar offences.
I feel confident in knowing that I'm going out there and I can make my own decisions on what I'm presented with in front of me.
Do you have anything on you at all that could hurt yourself? Okay. Sophie is going to have to give you a search, okay?
When it comes to being out there and speaking to people, that doesn't faze me.
Nothing in these pockets, nothing sharp.
I think life experience has given me that confidence in that way. I can talk to anybody and deal with any situation. I think over the next 2 years, I'm going to be continuing to learn throughout my whole career.
Yeah, the waistbands I've done.
Learning all the types of calls that we're going to be going to, and from that point then just building hopefully a really successful career.
Right, all clear. Right.
Take a few.
All right.
It is an immense feeling of feeling proud
they wear it, I'm going back in.
Once I do put that uniform on, I've always seen myself in it. It's really strange. I always knew I was going to do this. I didn't know when. I didn't realise I was going to do it when I was 41. But yeah, I knew this uniform was for me.
In Pontypool, it's almost time for Saskia to go it alone too. Today is her last shift with her tutor, Steve.
Steve's leaving me.
Oh, well, not by choice. Shouldn't have achieved everything so quickly.
It's been a breeze, to be honest. She's picked things up very quickly. She's built her confidence very well. Even though I was there, she was also asking other officers how they would do things, which is good because, you know, best thing to do is just ask.
It's a bit scary going out on your own for the first time, but I feel like it'll be good because it's like you have to fully make decisions for yourself.
You can always give me a point-to-point or Teams me if any questions on anything.
Got you on speed dial.
Yeah, so I can always block that, that's fine.
But before she flies solo, Saskia has one more challenge to overcome.
That was the last shift that I was going to be with Steve, so I offered to drive for the night.
No pressure.
I thought, oh, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to have to do it now.
Are the lights already on and that?
Yeah, it's already on automatic. Have you not driven one of these cars before?
Brakes were a bit sharper than expected. And I did stall the car, but after that I was all right.
Feels weird being a passenger.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Huh?
It's nice being a passenger.
And as Saskia settles in behind the wheel, they receive their first call of the evening.
20 units for an emergency call, please, put on RTC.
The call was that a car had driven into a roundabout, and that was pretty much about as much as I knew.
Oh, Christ. Wow. Your car? What happened? Have you blown a tyre or anything?
Remarkably, the driver has escaped uninjured.
The roundabout had a bit of a dip in the middle, and the car had sort of like turned on to his side in the roundabout. The driver of the car was already out of the vehicle. I don't know how he got out. He was out before we got there.
He's obviously just misjudged it. It was turned last second. He's literally hit the corner bit and then he's kind of gone straight over.
He stated he had no injuries at all, which was lucky because it was quite a bad crash.
What's your name, please?
It's time for Saskia to show Steve how far she's come.
Have you told your sister that what happened, or?
But my phone in the car.
Oh, right, okay.
I did take charge of like what was going on.
You can't go in there. It's too dangerous. There's a stream running underneath, and we don't want that car falling on you.
She's gone ahead. She's dealt with things. Obviously, she knew what she had to get done. She doesn't need prompting, which was great.
So I just started by like the driver. I took some details and did some checks with the control room just to make sure that he had a license and things like that.
Because you've had a crash, it's just protocol that we got to run tests just to make sure that, like, you know, you haven't been drinking alcohol or you haven't taken any drugs or anything. Yeah, just keep blowing, all right? Courtesy around there. Blow, blow, blow.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Result 0, okay? And I normally show them the result.
Yep.
So that means you've got no alcohol in your system, okay?
The man may not have been drinking, but Saskia and Steve still have their suspicions.
Due to the nature of the crash and being a lone vehicle, it didn't add up.
So Saskia asks a specially trained officer to carry out a roadside drug test.
All the way, keep it out.
It takes, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes to show up on like a little test.
For her, it's like it's a good insight to see what has to be done, but unfortunately everything needs to be done straight away.
It's PC Lewis calling from Gwent Police. Could I arrange a recovery for a vehicle, please?
I arranged recovery from the scene as well, so I was kind of like juggling a lot of things at the same time.
Yeah, 0496.
A few minutes later, they have the result of the drug test.
It's very faint, but there's a line in the cocaine one.
It did show a positive result.
You've tested positive for cocaine. So at this time, it's 11:40 p.m. You're being arrested on suspicion of driving whilst over the prescribed limit of drugs.
As he'd admitted to driving the vehicle and testing positive for drugs in the system, he did have to be arrested.
So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something should later rely in court. Anything you do say.
She's done really well throughout the whole 10 weeks and made my role a lot easier because she just took things on board. She's dealt with things. She's you know, she doesn't need prompting.
I'm going to check your belt on you, okay?
As time has gone on, I've sort of like trust myself a bit more and you have more confidence, and it does help.
Okay.
A few miles away, Christian is on a night shift too. It's been a tough few weeks for the rookie.
Policing is one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Certain things haven't gone well. Some things I found a bit more challenging to deal with, some aspects of conflict management. There was a few situations in which I could have got myself injured. I was just questioning time and time again whether I'm cut out for this.
After starting his tutorship in Chepstow, he's now spending time in Blaenau Gwent. He's been paired up with experienced tutor Dan.
My first impression of Christian when he came to me was that he was very, very keen. He's such a nice guy to work with, polite, courteous, keen to get involved in anything that we do.
Dan's going to work with Christian on some of the more difficult aspects of policing.
Some of the biggest challenges I think that they face across the 12 weeks is dealing with members of the public that unfortunately don't want to be arrested or don't like being told. And that's a difficult position to find yourself in, especially when you're brand new and you've got no experience. It's just having the ability to learn from someone else rather than just the few people that you've been around over the first few weeks of your service.
Yeah.
The one main aspect Christian had to focus on from an operational point of view was managing conflict. So it was effectively just to go out and help Christian in that sort of area. There's a different clientele in Blaenau Gwent compared to Monmouthshire, and with that brings a different level of demand and a different style of policing. Conflict, I think people see it as just having a physical confrontation with someone, but it's actually quite a wide variety of situations you find yourself in on a day-to-day basis. And your verbal, tactical communications are the key skills to develop early.
Have you any units for an emergency call?
Alternatively, we come across some student officers that are very gung-ho when going into scenes of conflict management, and then it's important to reel them in a little bit.
Yes, that's all received.
Rather than going straight in at level 10, you need to come in further down the spectrum, because once you've gone in up there, there's nowhere else to go.
A 999 call has come in about a drunk man causing trouble in Ebbw Vale. Christian and Dan are sent to check things out.
I think it's important we need to establish whether he's done something wrong or not initially, don't we, yeah? And then on top of that, once we found out who he is
and what he's done,
and what he's done, right, and if he's known to us, let's just make, first and foremost, let's keep ourselves safe, okay?
Yeah.
The pair find the man heavily intoxicated and unsure where he is.
Oh, don't f***ing me out.
We're just holding you so you don't fall over.
Oh, dude, you stink. Yeah, come on.
Right, where do you live, Pat?
Oh, no, I'm going.
We were able to ascertain that he'd drunk about 1.5 litres of vodka. I would place my mortgage on him being the drunkest man in Ebbw Vale.
No, we want to make sure they get home in one piece.
We've got to get home back to you out. What's your on for now? What's your on for? Our initial working theory was, look, let's get him to his home address and we sort of go from there.
Well, we just have to make sure you go home safe. That's our main goal.
We've had a drink.
Hang on.
I felt that it was important for him to lead as much as possible and take charge of this situation.
I don't want you to fall over now.
All right then, brother.
We're trying to make sure you're safe and you get home safe.
Yeah, we'll sleep now.
Yeah, so we'll drop you home. He was initially fine with us, but then, because of his intoxication, he just gradually got more and more aggressive.
What do you mean?
Sound of it?
I've been
Oh, and you got nothing? No?
What? Hang on. You might fall.
No, just...
Okay, don't grab me like that. Our thoughts were we need to shut this down as soon as possible and get him under control, get him home safely, and get him away without any need to escalate things. I asked for a van on the hurry up to get him away from the premises.
He was not under arrest at this time, but purely from a safety point of view, we didn't want anything kicking off in the back of a police car, windows being smashed.
They're just going to drop home?
Right.
But as the police van arrives, the situation escalates.
I do not...
What's the matter now?
Why are you acting up? Don't stop acting up, all right?
There was no way he was going in there. He wasn't listening to instruction. He was shouting and swearing in the street.
Right.
What are you doing, Beth? Come on.
He's not in handcuffs at this point, we're just holding him up. I was quite concerned for my safety, if I can't lie about that. There's lots of things just playing in mind. Oh, what happens if he pulls a weapon because we haven't searched him? What happens if he's going to do something stupid? We're trying to do
I said, he's done it.
handcuffs. Just because you have 3 officers on scene doesn't mean it won't cause you issues. Like, one person can cause lots of issues. He chose me as his focal point of aggression and irritation. So all the insults, all the threats were made my way. He made a few racial comments which were, yeah, not great. Stop acting up now! We're giving you fair enough chances. Calm yourself down now. Enough was enough, so I arrested him for being drunk and disorderly. At one point, when Drew was assisting putting us in handcuffs, he did try to bite him. All right, don't do that! You've been warned, do not do that!
At that point, Christian recognised those sort of danger cues straight away and made sure that he pulled the male down towards the floor. Feet in, butt. Feet in.
Right.
Feet in, butt.
Get your feet up.
Feet in.
Ready?
One. Mind your head.
I was able to get his head away from any officers, and yeah, we got him safely in the van.
There you go. From our point of view, it was very much luck of the draw to a point, because ultimately you can't manufacture those scenarios. I said to him, you know, it's his opportunity to lead and take charge of this situation, and I thought he did that pretty well.
Back in Newport, Saskia has arrived at custody with the driver who tested positive for cocaine.
The evidence was the sort of thing that he had tested positive on the roadside drug test.
He's been involved in an RTC where he's driven his car into a roundabout in Cwmbran.
So it was clear what was needed to do next, that he needed to provide blood samples.
Even though the man tested positive at the scene of the crash, a blood test is still required for evidence.
So the reason you're going to stay here will be for the purpose of the blood test, and then a couple of hours so we know that the levels of any drugs in your system aren't continuing to go up. And then when we're happy that you seem fit, after 4 hours we'll release you then to wait for the results of the blood test.
The driver remained in custody for a few hours, and then he's released for now until we receive the blood results back.
It's black and white. Either it's an offence or it's not an offence, but it all depends on that sample being tested and what the results are.
Next time I see you, I'll be on my own. Yeah. Ciao.
Right, I'll drive. Do you want me to drive back?
Yeah.
The driver's blood samples were sent off for testing. The results were negative and no further action was taken against him. After her last shift with Steve, it's time for Saskia to go solo. But there's one important job to do first.
I got you a little present.
Oh, no, what? Oh, you shouldn't have.
One is a bit of a joke.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The little one.
Oh, lovely.
For all the coffees I made you.
Yeah, the lack of coffees.
Or didn't. I didn't really make him any coffees throughout my tutorship. He kind of made his own.
Will be chocolates.
But yeah, I just thought it's nice just to show appreciation and just a little thank you really for tutoring me.
Okay. Thank you for getting me through my tutorship period and teaching me the ropes as I start my career in policing. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and setting me off to a good start. Thanks again, Saskia. It's sad because you're with someone for a number of weeks. You get to know them as well. You get to know the shift around them. And then for me, it's like I may be somewhere else now, completely different area, different shift. Doing it all over again, yeah. But then it is good when you bump into students you've tutored and see them and see how they're getting on, and yeah, kind of gives you that job satisfaction. Oh, thank you. Right,
okay.
Thank you very much. All right, you look after yourself. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. There we go.
While Saskia's been signed off, Christian is still in his tutorship. After spending time with tutor Dan, today he'll find out if he's done enough to prove he's ready to go solo.
It was a very challenging time. It did go a bit rocky at times. It was just trying to get over certain hurdles, essentially, that I wasn't able to get over. As a police officer, you have to demonstrate competency within a portfolio. And one of those competencies is conflict management, and unfortunately, my skills were a little rough in that area. A lot of people were getting signed off. I was still on tutorship. I'm not ashamed to admit it, I did have a wobble. I did have a few wobbles and a few cries here and there, and thinking, am I not meant to be here? Am I going to lose my job?
Obviously, we're here today to discuss how the last couple of weeks have gone in the development plan around conflict. You've gone through a tough time, really, in the last couple of weeks. You've been supported by Dan. We've reviewed your progress.
My stomach was in knots. I was just thinking, what's going to crop up this time? Are they going to tell me to resign? I was, absolutely nuts, because I was just so nervous.
I'm aware of your arrest 2 weeks ago. How do you find you managed that then?
It's quite eventful. I think it's, broadened my knowledge, really.
And like all our colleagues, really, we know they to take that type of abuse, okay? You've done the right thing, further arrested him. You've dealt with him professionally, you dealt with it well afterwards. You know, you've done really well to be in the position you're in, so well done. I'm pleased to say that, you go through your tutorship now, and I'd recommend you for independent patrol. You've completed your portfolios, I'll sign them off. You feel really proud of yourself, really, Chris. Well done.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. If I say I was chuffed to bits.
Dan, happy?
There were so many times I thought whether this job was for me or not. During that meeting, I was able to see that two really experienced officers thought that I'm ready to go solo, he's ready for this job. Really happy that I was able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've learned a lot recently, and I've learned how to do things, how not to do things. Going through this whole process, I've learned to have more confidence in my abilities, just getting myself stuck in there, doing everything what people think police officers should do, really. I'm responsible for myself now. That's a quite scary thought, but equally exciting. I'm excited to be in a call sign by myself as well, so that should be quite a weird one. Hi, I'm going to be booked on as Mike Sierra 36, please. Returning to patch, coming from Main Dean.
It's been a life-changing 3 months for these new officers.
Hiya.
Hi, Emma. I'm Sam.
Sam, hi, nice to finally meet you.
Okay?
From their first shift
It's like a maze, isn't it?
Yes, it is a bit.
to their first arrest.
I'm arresting you for being drunk and disorderly.
She probably wasn't expecting to be thrown into the thick of it like that.
They've been put to the test, facing the highs and lows of policing.
It's just all got a bit out of hand.
But now, they've proved they can rise to the challenge.
Not bad for day 2, mind, is it? It's metalised, but...
This year's class are officially rookies no more.
Well done.
Thank you very much, Sam.
They're ready to face their next chapter as cops.
I can't believe how quick the journey's been. A new chapter of my life, as I like to say.
Oh my God, does your heart like race when you're doing this though? Because mine's like racing right now.
It's been amazing and I wouldn't change it for the world.
I just feel at home here. Quite mind-blowing, really, that I'm actually getting paid to do a job that I love.
Read it properly.
Vehicle stung. At no point has any 2 days been exactly the same.
What else would you want to do on a Thursday evening, eh?
That's just something I think is brilliant about the job.
It's been a roller coaster. It's been a long road, but it's been an exciting journey.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of carrying Class A drugs.
No, you listen to me and I'll listen to you. Stop. Swearing!
I think I'm more resilient than I thought I was. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's been very rewarding.
I can't believe it really that the time has come and I'm on my own, signed off, independent. I'm proud that I got through it and excited for what's to come next.
We are genuine human beings behind the uniform.
Did he just hit you from behind or did he grab you?
We do genuinely care about everyone.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. The one thing really that I'm most focused on is just helping the vulnerable and protecting them. This is the rest of your career now. Now I'm going out on my own in a police car. It's just mad.
Yeah, they have found him. They're with him now. I think he's unconscious. It feels quite unreal that I'm here, but I'm looking forward to the next chapter, though, of my career in policing.
Are they all calling Echo Lima 35?
Yeah, all received. Show me en route.